welcome back to What If Zuko Was Chopper? Part 3. So, in the last video, or the last two videos, I'm making this into a 3-part video. So, yeah. So, where we left off, Pony was asking Zuko to go into the cave thing, because to get warm, as she tells him that and he says, I know, but as he smells like smoke, and of course he says, plus there's smoke. When there's smoke, there's fire. Someone must have a fiery quirk. The only person that I could think of is Todoroki, or that peppermint boy. Hey. As she could smell it too, but so she basically looks around, and then that happens as Zuko, after all that, she wanted to tell him that she wants to go on a date with him. And when he regained consciousness, she was actually there. And she actually told him, after he regained consciousness, she actually told him that she wanted to date him and do all that stuff. Yeah. As he's a little bit surprised because having that, or says that to Zuko, as he knows that, as Tenko knows that he is like a brother to him, but he says to him, no, she doesn't have a weapon to force her against you. As when he looks at Tenko, as, remember that story? As she says, yeah, as she tells Zuko that, don't worry, people back then had weapons, but now we have quirks. Quirks? As they never suggested. Sorry, I don't understand. Sorry. So yeah, so they had to literally taught him, or teach him how the quirks work differently. As he's itching his head. And yeah. So now the raid thing happened, and then All for One came back, like, against All Might, as Zuko was basically jumped in, and he basically turned into a giant fluff ball as he took the hit, and or actually he basically made his arms super strong, so he's basically punching the the beams with just his, like, hooves. Yeah. It's like that song that, or it's like that, how Luffy does that one punch thing. Yeah. But if this video gets 1 like or more, I might do Zoro next, or the I might do, like, oh, just like, here, I might do, like, Zuko. I could do Zuko as him. So, yeah. Or I could basically make Zuko have her powers mixed with that hands girl, the one that, like, has, like, a bunch of hands, comes out of, like, any surface. Like, literally, I could turn him into, or basically into, like, have, like, that powers. So, yeah. So, bye-bye. So, now we're back into the story, so when he saw All for One against All Might thing, he jumped in, and he, like, basically turned into a giant fluff ball, acts like a shield. Then his body became like cannons, and they start shooting at All for One, and as All for One says, "Ah, ha, ha, looks like you survived that explosion. Aren't you a lucky deer?" As he says, well, I'm a mortal deer to you, thank you very much. And my name's not just Deer. My name is Zuko Mador, or Zuko. It's a fancy name. As he starts saying, everyone is happy that Zuko, as All Might knows that this time Zuko might die from, as he, like, but then, yeah. So he basically, when he noticed that there was a bunch of deers, like, bunch of these deers. Came from, like, came right into the city and beating the snot out of, yeah. As he's keeping the All for One from using that explosion quirk. Like what he did back then. As he like ran super fast as yeah. Then he really like he doesn't want to see his own kind get slaughtered. So he basically transformed into a monster again as he's looks at the All for One with those glowing red eyes. As All for One looks terrified at this image as he basically slams All for One or basically turns All for One into like a doll, like basically like bam bam, hitting him around, slamming him, ripping his limbs off, and yeah, being super dark. So yeah, Zuko hoists him over his own head as he punched him all the way down, and like yeah, Zuko was basically was not having any of this crud, as some of the deer had broken legs or like popped out of place thing. So when Zuko went back to his human form, as he pops the leg back into place and like heals most of the wounds up, he's being that. So yeah, he's a doctor. He's gonna be a pro hero. He's also like adopted child to both families. And he's different from a normal deer. And I'm smacking my hand around. And then he's also getting married to Pony because she tells him to get married to her. Like, they both dated. So, yeah, I'm skipping the part that Zuko, or he does save Ares, and Ares finds his like small form, like his cute, adorable form. So cute as she even ran up and hugged him. Like, because he was like a little doll. Yeah. So, yeah. That's what Zuko is. Basically. So, as Hero Killer Stain was still on the loose, but Zuko already knew where his scent was. So he smells as All Might knows that someone. Plus, in this of course, Tenko asked him, well, did you like found where the Tenya's brother was? Or no, Hero Killer Stain? Yes. As he smells his bad odor, as he's like, as he knows, as Midnight he wanted to go with him. So she did. As she basically went with him, found where Hero Killer Stain is, as he's like, huh, guess you found me. Yeah. But how did you find me so easily? As Midnight says, we have a tracker. His name is Zuko Midoriya. As Zuko says, well, he has a really bad odor of like garbage. As he tries to attack he tries to attack. But Zuko came in full throttle, and like, he basically knocks Hero Killer Stain out, and like, he does all that. And he's now a son to her and her. But Asashi was mad because they have a deer there. He was also a pro hero, but he's mad because why are you adopted a deer? Huh? And as he brings out a gun, I'm gonna put that deer down. And that's not ordinary deer. Okay? Put a gun down. Okay. As he starts shooting at the deer, as it hits his shoulder blade. Like, as he's like, as he had pliers things, so he pulls out the bullet and like stitches his like arm back together. Yeah. So he does that. Been there, done that all his life. So yeah, he basically as he transforms into a more, or actually when he was down, as they're like, why did you shoot at him? He's a bigger threat than, plus I really didn't like how, as they like, well, as they like flipped him over, as then when Sashi saw what he looked like, as yeah, he says, sorry about that, I didn't realize that you weren't just a normal deer. You were the you're a different type of deer. I didn't realize that till he's a beast warrior. He's a real beast warrior. As he walks up, instead of like getting angry, like smashing him around, he decides, oh, hey, how about grab a drink and as they know that, of course, he's trying to decide on what size he would be. Because I'm skipping the overhaul fight thing just to let you guys know. And so now their Pony and him are getting married. And so he's trying to find the right size. He's like to make sure. Okay. As Pony reminds him that no matter what size you are, I always. Okay. So they basically got married. And yeah, they were trying to choose a house. And like, then they had 2 kids. So one was Zorro. I know. I'm trying to think of names, but it's really hard. So I'll tell you what. Leave them in the comments below for each video of like these 3 parts videos. Then I'll pick one from each. Because she had not just 1 kid, she had 3 kids. So I want you to label 1 in each video of this, like part 1 of this, part 2, and part 3. That's your challenge for today. So, but other than that, please leave a like, share, subscribe, and comment, and all that stuff. So, yeah. Now, for their image, the number 2, or no, the sun is that. Their big brother is 2, and the 3rd would look like her with like brown hair, and her horns looks like her father's. Yeah. So that's 3. So label them in 1 for each video. So, and if you want me to do what if Zuko was Zorro, well, this video will get 1 like or 2 likes. But if this video gets 2 likes, I might do a what if Zuko was Nami, or Luffy, or anyone. Depends on the likes. So, yeah. Or comments that I'll do. Because I'm thinking about doing this week's videos as... Okay. So, yeah. I could do like someone like him, the or I can do someone like him, like I could do like him or him. Depends on like whoever many comments on them. So yeah, and just give me like if you want me to do like what if Deku had like these devil fruit things, like ice, fire, lava, or anything, just leave them comments in the below, okay? So have fun, don't die, and peace out.